book of 2 Esdras chapter 16 and verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. Sorrow shall come upon it on every side. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem Hawashai, Muhammad Kakodash. Honor to the elders, the apostles, the right millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the sick and the be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen. Some look like the heathen. There's 144,000. Preachers to the prophet Shalom. As you see, White House declares national emergency over foreign parts used in power grid 3 hours ago. Now, I'm gonna play it. Then I typed in how will it affect America, and we're gonna read it. So you see, things are getting worse. All right, because America gets everything from back east. All right, most definitely from China. And he did a lesson the other day, a report the other day by the Holy Spirit, how it takes, what they say, 28 weeks, 128 days or something like that, for them to get a transmitter, from China. So it's nothing but the grid is at an all-time, is at its weakest point. The grid is not strong enough to support this AI system, these AI data centers, the weather. Hey man, it's gonna be brutal, man. It's gonna be brutal. I'm gonna let it play.
White House is calling it a national emergency.
I'm sorry. Let me turn to the side.
The White House is calling it a national emergency. America's aging energy grid could have to look elsewhere for upgrades after a new executive order signed by the president could prohibit foreign power equipment from being used within the United States. Energy Secretary Chris Wright has been talking about making the grid a priority for months, especially when it comes to powering artificial intelligence and data centers.
What's the most important source of energy for AI? Electricity. So we have to fix this just bureaucratic and complex electricity grid so that it can grow fast. It can grow like our primary energy production, and it can keep up with AI. If we don't do that, we're going to slow down AI.
The executive order would give the...
So you see, they want to increase the data centers, kill electricity from homes and businesses to supply the data centers, to supply smaller areas, larger areas, but less areas. All right, like your 15-minute cities. This is pretty much what they're saying, because they're not going to be able to supply the entire United States, man, once they get all these AI data centers up, man. It's impossible. And it takes so much water. It's literally impossible. Literally impossible.
Energy Department the ability to block transactions involving foreign equipment from adversarial countries. It also looks at existing equipment for security threats where a foreign actor could theoretically use malware to attack the grid. The order doesn't specifically name China, but the Asian superpower is a global leader in manufacturing power equipment.
That is a long overdue action, and actually this administration, as well as the previous one, are to be commended for taking this decisive action, because for a long time, the security threat has been real.
Johns Hopkins University energy expert Yuri Dvorkin says there's a big gap between supply and demand of grid technology, and hopefully the executive order incentivizes more onshore production, especially as tech companies are prepared to pay large premiums in order to advance their data center ambitions.
At the end of the day, what we want to make sure is that we have enough electricity on the grid to support our economic activity and well-being of our people.
The Energy Department now has 120 days to turn the executive order into actual rules that will give energy companies more clarity on who they can and can't do business with. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
You see that? So you think about this, right? They're putting tariffs on everybody. You know, when they put tariffs on China, which they receive most of their technology from, right? And they receive everything from China. Which they put tariffs on China, so it's raising the prices in which China can ship and sell their things over here. So now, when America order these things or need these things, which is everything damn near dealing with technology, the prices are higher to even get it shipped over here and to use. So what is it going to do? Raise the price of electricity and everything else. So you see, they shoot themselves in the foot, man. You see? Damn. Hold on, y'all. Alright, there you go. This place finished, man. So I typed in, how does this affect America? How does executive order that could prohibit foreign-made power equipment from being used across the country's aging energy infrastructure affect America? An executive order restricting foreign-made power equipment on the U.S. electrical grid affects America by reshaping supply chains, heightening cybersecurity safeguards, and presenting operational hurdles for utilities. Supply chain and cost. Onshore manufacturing. The order aims to incentivize domestic production of critical hardware like transformers and inverters. Wait a minute. They're cutting everybody from jobs. They're killing all the jobs. Who can build this stuff? They don't have a skill. Okay. The robots gonna do it? No. It says increased expenses. Sourcing components exclusively from domestic or allied manufacturers will likely raise costs for utility companies. See that? You think it's hot now? Delays. Hey, they said the people in Gary, Indiana, they said they're a light bill like $2,500. I don't know how true it is, but several people said it when you watch the videos. It says delays, replacing restricted foreign hardware and waiting for domestic alternatives could slow infrastructure upgrades. Grid security. Cyber threats. The directive targets hidden malware or rogue communication companies embedded in foreign manufactured companies by adversarial nations. Retrofitting existing systems. Utilities may need to isolate, monitor, or completely remove already installed foreign components, creating a complex compliance burden. So that'll put an even more strain up there if they got to do that. I mean, it's going to take long to rebuild, or as they say, to replace parts. So, it's pretty much all, be coded together. I guess I'm using the right terms. It says energy demands and AI growth, powering data centers, surging electricity needs from artificial intelligence. Expansion required rapid grid expansion. It says reliability balance. Regulators at the Department of Energy face a 120-day window to draft formal implementation rules, balancing the urgent need for power capacity against national security risks. So, man, they're going to need more AI data centers, man. You see, they're going to need more AI data centers, and they're going to need more people without homes, more cities, more people and businesses without homes, businesses, and electricity. So that electricity, that power can be generated for these AI data centers to power these smaller areas, man, these 15-minute cities, man. Because again, it's impossible. The grid is too weak. You know, it's too weak. They built all these AI data centers, and too many homes are available. Too many avenues of power are going out, man, being utilized. You see? And they got to move quick. So, with that being said, man, the blackout's coming. All right? The blackout's coming. Matter of fact, when you go back to the video, so just get ready for the pain, because it's coming. Where is I'm going to read a couple of these.
I know what you're thinking. Stephen A. Why?
Same video. White House declares national emergency over foreign parts used in power grid. I'm going to read some of these comments. It says just a way to impose the grid down operation, right? That grid down power up. I don't give a rip. I don't give a rip about data centers. Humans need to heat and cool their homes. And this is what they're going to take away, the ability to heat homes and cool homes. They're going to take away people's homes so they can't use electricity. All these things, man, shutting down of the stores and these smaller cities as a whole, you know. It says, oh no, not another predictable distraction. Should have fixed the grid in 1970, 1980, 1990. No, we don't have to worry about that. Ha ha ha. As the White House makes America import foreign beef. What the F? Wake up, people. Where is affordability? It's all about AI. Nothing about what human beings need. Well, the government better start letting companies build electric equipment. The U.S. does not make large transformers. Stupid that the U.S. stop making stuff. Right. Greedy corporations. Right. And I've been saying that. We all been saying that through the Spirit of Yahweh about Shema Shai. You know, they send these businesses and operations back east to get them to do the labor for cheap and bring it and ship it back over here for a higher price so they can make more money. But you see the effect. It says, oh, what a coincidence, a national emergency before midterms. Yep. Data centers. But that's it, though. Let's read this last one right here. There's some more, but should have thought of that before you push those hellacious data centers, which only the billionaires and psychopaths want. You see? So, hey, everything is going down soon, man. You know, the only place that's going to be functioning is these 15-minute cities, man. Because again, for the third time, they need all the power they could get, the water they could get to utilize the 15-minute cities and all the electricity they can, man, to power these AI data centers, to power these 15-minute cities. All right, that's why they need more people to die off, and more pain and turmoil, man. You know. I just want to hit this real quick through the Spirit of Yahweh Shema. Shah, stay pretty for next Yahweh Shema. Shah, shalom.